Welcome back to another episode of Throwing Down with the Browns. We are in here making one of my Southern classic recipes, one of my favorites. We are making black-eyed peas. What you see before you is turkey tails on the cutting board. I have roughly about 4 pounds of turkey tails. We got black-eyed peas. I have 4 1-pound bags. I got to make a lot because the family's going to want some. So I got to make enough to give a little bit to everybody. All right. To your right, I have 1 stalk of celery. To your left, I have 1 large yellow onion. And I have 1 bunch of carrots. And of course, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt. This is going to be a kind of a involved recipe. My turkey tails that you see before you, they're smoked, but they have to go into the pot. I'm going to fill the pot with enough water to cover them, and then we're going to cook them down probably about 4 to 5 hours. All right. And my black-eyed peas that you see there, we're going to soak them overnight. I have 4 1-pound bags, so this is going to be a lot of beans. But you want to completely submerge them in the pot. You want to get a pot that's going to be big enough to hold them and have at least 2 inches of space from the layer of beans to the top of the pot. You want to fill it up with water, lukewarm, cold water. They're going to sit in that overnight. They're going to absorb that extra liquid. This part is going to cut down on our cooking time with them absorbing all that water. All right, so after we get done cooking these turkey tails for several hours, I would imagine probably about 4 to 5 hours, we're going to pull them off, let them cool. Once they are cool enough that we can handle them with our hands, we're going to take them and separate the meat from the fat. All I really want in this recipe is the meat. So we're back. I have my large stock pot here. I put my turkey tails down in the bottom. Now, keep in mind, they only cover up about 1/4 of this pot, but I filled the rest up with water. You can see where the water level is. We're going to cook these down for probably about 4 or 5 hours. I want them to the point where the meat is pretty much falling off the bone. All right, guys. So after the work of picking through those turkey tails, separating the fat from the meat and getting rid of the bones and the fat, this is what we're left with. We're left with a nice amount of actual just turkey meat, smoked turkey. It's going to be delicious. Also, side note, that pot that we cook the turkey tails down in, we want to save that liquid. The leftover liquid is like a turkey stock, and that's actually going to be the liquid that we add to the beans once we get everything into the pot. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up my vegetables, my celery, carrot, and onion. And we're going to saute those off in the pot for a little bit. We just want a small dice for the onions, guys. Pretty much, you want to make the onion, the carrot, celery, they're all going to be small dice. We want them basically about the size of one of those black-eyed peas. We want them uniform in size. Everything's going to be bite-sized, so let's make them all the same. All right, guys, cutting these carrots, there's one thing I do. I like to cut the carrot in half, but the technique I've been using for dicing this thing, I like to go around, I like to make the carrot like in a square. So I'll do 1 cut on one side, it gives you a flat side. And I'll do 1 cut on that side all the way around. So we have 4 flat sides, gonna make it like a square, And then, let's get rid of that. Then I'll cut them into slices. Like so. And then we're down to the part of just making them into strips. And then we're just going to dice those up. All right, guys, so we got the vegetables cut, which you'll see off to your right there. We got a big, beautiful bowl of celery, carrots, and onions. Pretty. And on the right side of the stove, you will see that liquid that we cooked the turkey tails in. I remember I said we're going to hold that because once we get these vegetables in the pot, we're going to saute them for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to drain the beans that we soaked overnight. We're going to drain them into a colander, and those are going into the pot right on top of those sauteed vegetables. And then we're going to add that turkey stock that we got warming up over there. I want to bring it back to a boil. I'll make it hot so it'll get the cooking process going much quicker. All right, guys. So currently we have a half a stick of butter and about 1/4 cup of vegetable oil in that pot. And we're going to get that to a nice temperature, and then we're going to add the vegetables. We're going to saute those, like I said, for 5 minutes, and then we're going in with the beans that we're going to drain in a colander. We got the celery, carrots, and onions. I know you see them right here in this bowl. They're going into the pot. Get all of that goodness out of the bowl. I'm gonna go in with that. Gonna saute it very lightly. All right, we got the vegetables in the pot, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. As many vegetables that I had added to this pot, I did have to cook them down for at least 20 minutes, you know, just to get them ready for the beans that's about to go in there. I got my beans draining right over here in the sink in the colander. Those are about to go in, but I had to get these vegetables where I like them, you know, and I've been stirring the pot constantly. I got it under high heat because I need to get these guys cooked down, you know, as much as possible. So now that I am satisfied with where they're at, going in with those beans, we're going to use that liquid right there that we cooked those turkey tails in. That is going to be the main source of liquid that's going into this pot. Here we are. Everything is in the pot. You know, we're going to bring that up to a boil right there. We got the beans, the celery, the carrots, and the onions all in there. And we got that stock that we made from cooking down the turkey tails. We want to distribute the heat evenly, you know, so continue to stir this until it comes up to a boil. You know, and once that boil comes, we're going to back down the heat. We're going to put a lid over the pot, and then we're just going to wait. We're going to wait probably about 2 hours. We're going to take that right there, that pot of turkey stock that we cooked those turkey tails down in. We're going to get enough of that in there just to cover those beans right there. And if we have any left, we're going to continue to add throughout the cooking process. You never want the beans to have less liquid. They need to be covered pretty much the entire cooking process. All right, guys, we got these beans to a slow simmer. We got the carrots, celery, and onions in there. Don't worry if they look overpronounced. They're going to shrink down in the cooking process because these beans got a while to go. So we're just going to get in there. You want to do it at least at the minimum, every 10 minutes. Get in there with your wooden spoon, you know, and just get everything off the bottom of the pot. The idea is to not have anything sticking to the bottom of the pot because that's going to give you a scorched flavor. We got those beans cooked down. It took probably about an hour and a half. Seeing as how I soaked them overnight, that sped up the cooking process. They came up to a wonderful consistency, and they're pretty much done. I've tasted them throughout the entire process, just making sure they were soft enough to be palatable. So what we're gonna do now, we got that turkey meat that we saved from earlier. We're just gonna dump that right off into the beans right there. It's gonna be delicious. We're gonna stir all of that, stir that into everything. My wife can't wait to get into the bowl, so let me stir this up.
Yes.
Get all that meat incorporated into the pot because I think she's ready. All right, so here she is going in. We got the first taste.
It's delicious.
Into the bowl.
All right, you can see that really well?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us as we go sample this.
All right.